This is my child case study. First, we'll be going over the background of this child. The background, Jake is a 12-year-old boy. He's living with his single mother, Sarah, and his little sister, Lily, who is 7. He lives in a small, rundown apartment, not in a very good part of town, with high crime rates and limited access to community resources. His mom works long hours as a waitress and is usually, which means that Jake has to take care of his sister after school and during late evenings. His family is struggling financially, relying on Sarah's paycheck and sporadic child support payments from Jake's father. Jake's father, Tony, left him at the age of 5 and hasn't had contact with him since. The absence of Jake's father has heavily weighed on him, making him act out and always in confusion why his father abandoned him. With his father's absence, he's been trying to find a male role model, but often not in the best of places. Concerns. Miss Romeo, Jake's teacher, has noted several troubling patterns over the past few months. Jake is failing most of his classes, turning in incomplete assignments, or none at all. He's often late and some occasions been sleeping at his desk. His physical appearance has raised concern, as in he's been wearing the same outfit multiple days in a row, or it looks like that they have not been washed. Recently, Miss Romeo noticed a large bruise on his arm, and when she tried to bring it up, he said that he fell. His behavior has been increasingly defiant, caught arguing with peers and walking out of class. Miss Romeo has reached out to the school counselor to set an appointment with Sarah. Maltreatment. There's 4 things of maltreatment that is going on. One of them is neglect. While his mom's work is demanding her to work more, it means that she's often unavailable to supervise her children. So this means that Jake is in charge most evenings, preparing simple meals for his sister and helping her with her homework. While he tries his best, these responsibilities are very troubling and overwhelming at his age. Their apartment reflects their challenges. It's cluttered, limited with food. Utilities have been shut off more than once due to unpaid bills. His mother hates to admit, but she is struggling, but insists that she is doing her best and expresses guilt over Jake's performance in school and doesn't know how to help. She has acknowledged that he has too much responsibilities and feels like there are no other options. Abuse. Situation becomes more alarming when a neighbor explains that they've heard shouting and loud crashes coming from their apartment on several occasions. Later, Jacob finds with the school counselor that Sarah's boyfriend, Tim, has a temper and drinks heavily. There was an incident when Tim grabbed his arm during an argument, causing the bruise that Miss Romeo has called out. Jake tries to downplay the incident while discussing about Tim, his body language suggests a deeper fear. He has mentioned that when Tim and Sarah are arguing, it really frightens both him and Lily. Failing school. His academic struggles are a direct result of his challenging home life, such as the stress of caring for his sister and instability with Tim's presence leaves him exhausted and unable to focus. He is significantly behind in reading and math, and his self-esteem has plummeted. Miss Romeo has reported that Jake has become increasingly disengaged, sometimes refusing to participate in class activities. He has started skipping class, preferring to avoid embarrassment and of not having his work done. Daddy issues. Some unresolved feelings about his father's absence compound his emotional struggles. Often lashes out when he often lashes out when a topic of his father is brought up, such as the emotions of anger and resentment. Jake has recently idolized an older boy in his neighborhood, Marcus, which is involved in gang activity. Jake views Marcus as a tough and independent male, qualities that he associates with a male, a father figure he's missing. This worries his teacher and counselor because Jake has started mimicking Marcus's behavior, including using aggressive language and skipping school to hang out with older kids. Number 2, this is the eco map. Give me one quick second. I have to go grab something. Sorry, I just had to grab the paper that stated like what the lines mean in between each. Sorry. So this is Jake's eco map. We have school recreation, mentorship, his mother, his sister, the bad friend Marcus, school counselor, and his father Tony. So let's start with his father Tony. So I feel like Jake should not have his relationship is stressful with his father. I feel like there should not be any ties with him. His father should be completely cut off and not interact. Even if his father decides that he wants to come back, he should not. The school counselor, I think it is more of a tenuous. So I think that there is some things that it should consult with the school counselor, but I think we should set him up with an actual therapist, so they can go into deeper things and helping him out. His bad friend, I think, is stressful, but also I don't think he should be completely taken out of his life. Even though Marcus is a bad friend or a bad child friend, I think he should at least be. You cannot see that. I am so sorry. Okay, I think that Marcus should at least be somewhat in his life to give him opinions about things that a mentor could not give him in some situations, not all situations, but more or less like to bounce something between them, but not for him to act on them. His sister Lily, I think, is more or less it's strong, but I think he needs some time for himself and uh, to not be taking care of his sister as much as he has been. His mother, Sarah, I put it as tenuous because he has not had many interactions with his mother because she's been working so much. So I think that they need a little like bonding time every once in a while, and or all three of them have a little bonding time as a family, like late nights or something, like not late nights, but something during the night when if she gets off early or something, like they should do family game night or like talk about their day, something like that. Mentorship, I'm sure it would probably be stressful at first because Jake has done all this stuff, but it will help him have a good role model, a male role model to look after him. School is a bit stressful with him, but I think he needs to be put with and set up with an IEP and have some after school tutoring and as well as quiet time for him to do his homework or decompress, stuff like that. Recreation, we should, instead of him hanging out with Marcus and stuff like that, see if Jake is interested in any recreational, so sports. It doesn't necessarily have to be sports. It could be hobbies, painting, stuff like that. So now we're on to the action plan. Don't know why it's a different color. Could you? No, I can not see that. So our action plan is so we got immediate safety, a child welfare investigation is initiated to assess Jake and Lily's safety. Particularly concerning Tim's behavior, there needs to be temporary protective measures such as removing Tim from the home or arranging an alternative care for the children are considered. Family support. Sarah's connected. We need to get Sarah connected with local resources, including parenting classes, financial assistant programs, and food banks. A caseworker will help her explore affordable childcare options to reduce Jake's caregiving burden. Counseling for Jake. Jake needs to be referred to an individual counseling to address his feelings of abandonment, and his experiences with neglect and abuse, and is in need for a positive male role model. The counselor will also work with Jake to build healthier coping strategies and improve his self-esteem. Educational support. The school needs to implement a individual education plan, an IEP, to provide tailored academic support for his accommodations. Ms. Romeo will coordinate with the school social worker to ensure Jake has access to after-school tutoring services and a quiet space to complete his homework. A mentorship program. Jake needs to be enrolled into a mentorship program that pairs him with a positive male role model. The mentor will encourage Jake to pursue healthy activities such as joining a sports team or participating in a local health group. Ongoing monitoring. The child welfare caseworker will conduct regular check-ins with the family to ensure progress and address any new concerns. The school counselor will also continue to monitor Jake's academic and emotional well-being. Questions?